What's up YouTube, my name is Kat and today I want to showcase a brand new project, not really brand new because I've shown it before but in the GameCube version. Project I've been working on for a while. It's the Kirby mod pack for the Wind Waker HD. Now if you guys have been watching my YouTube channel for a while, since like more than 1 year ago, you guys you might remember you might know one of my older videos. I made one of my most popular videos on the channel called Kirby and the Wind Waker Chokes #1, and that video I port Kirby's model from Kirby to Dreamland onto the GameCube version of the Wind Waker, but while I was able to port it, at the same time there were some issues that I had with porting him in there. For example, trying to port in the boat that you guys are seeing right now, the Dragoon, it's from the Dragoon's from Kirby Air Ride. But I mean, this specific one is from Trophy from Super Smash Bros. Brawl, but like the specific model. But anyways, so trying to port it into the GameCube version, it ended up like the textures ended up looking completely messed up. And I think what might be the reason for that is because maybe it was too much like variation of colors in the texture for the GameCube to handle. So I ended up like eventually just like giving up on the GameCube version. But I came back to the mod in the Wii U version, the HD version, and I tried porting Kirby, and as you can see, it actually ended up porting. All I really had to do was pretty much just like rename some stuff, rename some like the meshes and skeletons materials, and like resize some of the textures. Well, all the textures. I'm not sure if you have to resize all the textures, but that's what I did because that's what I heard you had to do, if I recall correctly, or that's why I saw from one of the people in the Game Banana community of the Wind Waker HD, that's what they mentioned, if I recall correctly. So I ended up doing that. Also, I really like how the Wind Waker HD looks like. But anyways, so I ended up doing that, and yeah, I mean it works in the Wind Waker HD. And after I ported Kirby, one of the other models I wanted to port to the game was the Dragoon, and especially because it was unsuccessful in the GameCube version, and I tried to port it, and yeah, I mean as you can see it works. So I think the main reason why it didn't work on the GameCube version might have been because the textures were just like too good, if that makes sense. Like it was too much for the GameCube to handle, and probably like the variation of colors, because there were like so many different colors there are. So yeah, so I'm happy that it worked because I spent actually like a real long time working on the boat specifically, like trying to get the UV edits for the textures correctly. And so yeah, so the fact that it works, and like really happy with that. And other other models, I also import like other models in the game, the Wind Waker HD version, since the GameCube version, since like at that point, once I got Kirby in this version, the HD version, I didn't really want to go back to the GameCube version. So okay, wait, where is it? So the other models I got in the game were the Bronto Burt model from Kirby to Dreamland. Actually made it higher poly by doing like subdivision modifier, and it ended up being really good. Although one issue with subdivision modifier is that it can make the models too high poly, like unnecessarily high poly. So while it can make them look good, it also makes them look be unnecessarily high poly. So yeah, but thankfully it didn't crash the game. I was worried to crash the game because that. Also the other models, which you'll actually see right now in a bit, but um, so I'll just talk about Bronto Burt for a bit. So I want to test out if Bronto Burt would if the Bronto Burt models would crash the game, if there were like too many of it spawned. So I went like an area in here in Dragon Roast, and which I'll show you later on in the video. And yeah, like a bunch of them appeared and didn't even lag, or if it did lag, then it wasn't really noticeable. So yeah, it's not bad. Like I was worried it was going to like at least lag the game or something, but didn't. So that's what Bronto Burt. The other models besides Kirby's Dragoon and Bronto Burt they added is the model of the Sword Knight. Now this one, and again from Kirby and Dragoon. Now the problem with Sword Knight is for me was the rigging him to the bones. I tried to rig him. By the way, for Bronto Burt, I rigged him to the bat model for the keys model, whatever it's called in the game. Because I think that one made the most sense, and the animation ended up looking really good. It was pretty simple, but yeah, like I'll show you guys in a bit once I get there. But it looks really great, honestly, the way it turned out. I'm happy with it. But the other model I modified, which I think I already mentioned, the sword, the Bokoblin model, or like the blue Bokoblin, I'm not sure if that's exactly the name of it, of the enemy, and I ended up replacing it with the Sword Knight model from Crimson to Dreamland. Now the main issue was the rigging, because if I end up like making each hand have a different attached like a different bone of the goblin to have end up making the like hands literally go away from each other, like not even connecting to each other. So I had to kind of make him look like he's in a T pose, but it doesn't look as bad as I thought. Like I'll show you guys right now. Like they're also in the same room, and it doesn't look as bad, but could have looked way better probably if we spend more time on it. But for now, I'll show you. But I'll show you like the progress on it for now. So here they are. Like you can see them here. So yeah, this kind of look like they're in the T pose, because I mean they kind of are for the most part. But I mean like they don't look too bad. Like you can see them like sitting down and stuff. I didn't change the audio for them, so yeah, like they still look like this. But yeah, so these were all the models I modified: the Dragoon, the Bronto Burt model, and the case model. Now actually for the interior of the Bronto Burt, you can see them. I replaced the case model with Bronto Burt. We can see Bronto Burt more in depth when I get into like the other rooms. But anyways, I want to talk also about the Dragoon model for the ship. Now the boat model, the like, King of Red Lions or whatever, and the model, the model for the wing, it has like a it has like the flag isn't actually like I'm not exactly sure how the flag works, but you can't really find it as a file as like a 3D in a file as a 3D model. It's actually like wait, come on now. So it's actually the model of the flag on the ship. It's inside of like a code, and inside of like the code of the game, the main thing that boots the game up. And so what you have to, and so when I tried to delete, when I tried to like delete the most parts of the boat, so then I can add so I can add the replaced with Dragoon. I couldn't find that one for the for like the like I forgot for the flag. Sorry guys. But yeah, like I can't find for the file, so I can't remove it. Yeah, okay. So it ended up being inside the code, but I could actually find the texture outside the code. But making the texture transparent, I was hoping that if I made the texture transparent, it wouldn't really show up because the texture was transparent. But it ended up still showing up because it had like on a weird vertex color situation or something, where the flag still technically showed up even without its texture. So I tried to figure out where it was in the game's files, and eventually I talked in the Discord server, and someone who was actually creating a randomizer, who was apparently creating a randomizer for this game, for the Wind Waker HD. talked to me, and or maybe I start talking with him, but he mentioned that it's inside of the npx file, like the file that boots up the game, and so what I had to do to edit it, like he told me I had to literally hex edit it, or like something like that. So I'm not sure if that's what it said exactly, but that's what I ended up doing. So I got like HXD, and then wait, let me change the item here. It's getting annoying, but so I got HXD, which is a hex editor, and then I started, like changing the. And then I like opened the. Well, actually, I think before I was able to open it, I had to like do something like compress it. This was like months ago. I did like back in October, September. Um, but yeah, like I after I like compressed or something, then I opened it with HXD, and you can also you're gonna see the Bronto Burt models. Look at that. Look at them. They're like in the ceiling. But yeah, like look at this. Like Bronto Burt, I don't think it ended up looking bad. Um, these are like probably one of the models I'm the most proud of. And like again, like I did subdivision modifier, which ended up making them look higher poly. But anyways, so yeah, and the game didn't really lag there, so yeah, or at least wasn't noticeable, really. So after I opened it to HXD, I had to like search for like a specific area inside of it in the code, and then I had to like replace like certain code in there. Like he told me what to replace exactly. After I replaced it, then yeah, it ended up working. The flags thing didn't really appear anymore, and yeah, like and finally ended up working. Like it ended up making it look good. Like didn't look weird. The dragon has like a random flag floating above it. So yeah, so probably when I release the mod, since I won't be able to really change the RPX file. RPX file is a booting file, so it's talking about hex modifying. But yeah, so since I don't think it's legal to share the RPX file with you guys, what I'll do instead, I think, is probably make a tutorial when I release this mod, or like in the same video that I release this mod, maybe like I could add a section where I show you guys step by step like how to change that part, because it's really simple. There's not like as long as you follow the tutorial, it's like short, and you should be able to do it, hopefully. So after you change that after a small part of code inside of the RPX file, then you should be good to go, and then it should work. So then Dragon doesn't have a weird um, flag thing on top of it. But yeah, so that's something I want to say. Also, I should fix that in the future. But yeah, boom! Ah, come on, come on, come on! Boom! Headshot or something. Anyway, so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the showcase. I know I have to upload in months since the last video, and last video, you guys like I'm really proud of how the last video did end up being my most watched video of all time. Like even like almost double the amount for the second most watched video, I think, or maybe it is. I'm not sure, but yeah. So thank guys. But because I've been busy with like in real life stuff at the moment, I'm still going to be busy. Like right now, it's the holidays, so I have time to actually like record videos and stuff. But later on, in January and stuff, I'll have to go back to like focusing on in real life stuff. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the showcase for now. And yeah, I'm also planning to release this mod in the future. I think I already mentioned that. But yeah, and I already have some models in mind. I already have like some ideas for like which models to, what other models to replace. Like I'm thinking about replacing what do you call the model? The like the bird or whatever, the flying enemy they fight, and the Forsaken Fortress, I think what it's called. in the game. I'm planning to change it to I can't Dynablade. I think, yeah, I think that's what it's called. And then I'm also planning to change Gandalf to King Dedede, since especially in this game, Gandalf, and especially like cell shading and stuff like that, or I think the Wind Waker HD also cell shading, but yeah. So I think with like also like Gandalf's expression and stuff, it fits King Dedede well in my opinion. At least Kirby Rock Bacatio version of King Dedede. So yeah. Planning to modify him. Also, there's some weird like glitches of the sound. Like wait, yeah, like see, I'm gonna have to figure out how to fix that in the future. But yeah, like, I hope you guys enjoyed this video for now. And yeah, see you guys soon. Bye. Or maybe not soon, but soon.